Now on CoastTV News.
Repeat rejection.
I feel that they are spending way too much money on administrative duties.
Second referendum attempt with a similar result. What happens next in the Indian River School District?
Delaware open option. We look at the new bill that could change how people vote in primary elections.
Remembering D-Day, the ceremony on our coast that honors those who lost their lives in 1944 fighting for freedom.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. It is Friday, June 6th, 2025.
And welcome to the weekend. We have some warm weather to go with it.
Yes, we do. I said almost.
I know, I saw that.
For those who maybe celebrate after Friday's over.
Just your definition of the weekend.
Yeah.
We've had that conversation.
Whenever my mom would come home from work, she'd go, "It's the weekend," and I'm like, "There you go."
So I start my Friday with Friday vibes, Bob. That's
always a good thing to do.
Yeah. Unlike being a Browns fan, I'm always optimistic when I hit the weekend.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, I feel the pain of your team because my team is very similar to that. But we are looking at unsettled weather as we go into the weekend. It's going to be a little cooler than it has been lately. But this morning we're worried about fog. 2.5 miles in Georgetown right now. Improving in Ocean City and Salisbury, but these numbers fluctuate a lot. So really be careful out there this morning with that fog. Some of it is dense. We also have clouds increasing across southern Sussex County as we have some showers off to our west and southwest near Nanticoke right now. Crisfield back through Winterville, Chincoteague, seeing some showers here. They're moving to the north and northwest, so some of those could possibly get into Sussex County later on, but a lot of them will be staying to our south. We're seeing another area of low pressure off the coast of North Carolina with high pressure to the west. So basically, after the morning showers, we're looking at warm and muggy conditions, and it's that area you can wear this morning. Mid-60s out the door. The winds are calm, so watch for the fog, stray shower this morning. Otherwise, a mix of sun and clouds, warm and muggy by afternoon. We're seeing temperatures into the 80s and a warm and muggy evening on the way. Riding the ferry up to Cape May, not too bad, just lots of clouds, some sun, temperatures in the 60s and 70s with light winds.
Thank you, Bob. Most of the fog that Bob was talking about we're seeing are on those back roads. We don't have cameras there, but here's some remnants of at a big intersection. This is in Georgetown, Route 9 and 113. You can see some of that haze. Maybe that's from the wildfire smoke. So if you're getting ready for that morning drive, just something to factor in. Our top story this half hour. Unofficial results are in for the Indian River School District referendum. This second attempt ends up with the same fate as the first one in March, defeat. According to the district, there were 5,700 votes in favor, but more than 6,500 votes against.
And now that vote has been denied again, the school district may have to make some tough decisions. The district says student services could be impacted due to a lack of staff. Academic programs, extracurricular activities, and sports could be at a risk of cuts, and it will not be able to offer a competitive salary package amid a national teacher shortage. The district says it hasn't passed a current expense referendum since 2017.
And following the announcement of the referendum results, District Superintendent Dr. Jay Owens said in a statement, quote, IRSD's administration and Board of Education face some difficult decisions in the coming months.
CoastTV went to a few different polling locations on Thursday to speak with voters, and we heard a lot of mixed opinions.
They are spending way too much money on administrative duties. If there was more for the children, it would be fine, and I would vote for that.
It's in the best interest of our students. I'm a substitute teacher for the Indian River School District, so I see every day what it takes to make our kids successful and to help them learn.
According to the district, in the past 3 years, operating costs have increased at a rate of 7.4% on average, while revenue has only increased 3.5%.
New overnight, a bipartisan bill was introduced in the General Assembly that would make Delaware an open primary state, meaning a person can vote in a Democratic or Republican primary regardless of party affiliation. According to the sponsors of House Bill 188, there are 170,000 registered voters in the state who are not with a specific party. Currently in Delaware, only those affiliated with a party can vote in that party's election. If approved, Delaware would become the 20th state with open primaries.
Related to that bill, House Bill 206 was also introduced on Thursday. It deals with the election bids of existing office holders seeking a new position. Those candidates must first resign from their current office before becoming eligible for a different office. This is for governor, lieutenant governor, the General Assembly, and any state, county, and municipal position. The governor and lieutenant governor, however, are not required to resign to run for a different office.
81 years ago today began the effort to push back Nazi German forces from France, the event forever known as D-Day. And to honor the events of that day, Fort Miles is hosting a ceremony. It begins at 10 a.m. with bagpiper Lanny Spar and the VFW Mason-Dixon Post 7234 Honor Guard. Part of the event includes the reading of the names of the 40 Delaware service members who died during the Battle of the Normandy campaign. It concludes with a rifle salute. After the ceremony, the Fort Miles Museum will stay open until 4 p.m.
If you're heading to Rehoboth Beach, be aware of a road closure set to go into effect soon. DelDOT says Holland Glade Road between Sandalwood Drive and Hebron Road will be closed from Monday, June 16th through July 16th. That location is right here on your screen. This is so crews can install a new curb, sidewalk, and pedestrian connections. DelDOT says that closure will be in place between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
And in Salisbury, road work is taking place there as well, starting next week. The city says it is for a striping project. Crews will begin on Church Street and Vine Street on Monday, June 9th. Work will run from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and is expected to wrap up in just one day. The city says the streets will stay open while work is underway.
Happening today, Delaware Governor Matt Meyer is scheduled to attend gun violence prevention events across Sussex County. Governor Meyer will meet with legislators, police departments, and gun violence protection advocates at 2 locations in Laurel and Seaford this morning. Later in the afternoon, the governor will travel to Rehoboth Beach to join Moms Demand Action for a boardwalk walk from 1 to 3 p.m.
Getting a live look now at Washington, D.C., where we are ending a week that saw plenty of drama in that building and in Congress, which is just a couple of blocks away. President Trump and Elon Musk are now sparring over the spending bill.
And this is happening on the eve of the May job report. And as NBC's Chris Pallone shows us, the report is expected to reflect the impact of tariffs and Musk's DOGE cuts.
Mounting tension between President Trump and his biggest campaign donor boiling over in the Oval Office and then spilling onto social media.
I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
After days of silence, the president responding to billionaire Elon Musk's withering criticism of his so-called big, beautiful spending and tax cut bill during a White House sit-down with the Chancellor of Germany.
Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, and which was a lot of money for electric vehicles.
Musk firing back in real time on X. Without me, Trump would have lost the election. The president later seeming to threaten the CEO of Tesla's many federal business deals, writing, "The easiest way to save money in our budget is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts." The president adding, "Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave." Musk called that claim an obvious lie and went further with this claim. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Musk offered no evidence, and President Trump has denied any involvement in Epstein's crimes. Overnight, the White House press secretary downplayed the feud, calling it an unfortunate episode from Elon.
Elon went back to his companies, and as a businessman, he has a right to speak for his companies. But as president, President Trump has a responsibility to fight for this country.
During the back and forth, Tesla stock lost 14% of its value. Congressional Republicans say they're pressing forward with the spending bill despite Musk's objections. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Washington.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Coming up, end of an era. What is next for a beloved playground in Delaware?
Also, Health is Wealth will show you what a fair at Delaware State University looked like this week.
And Horseshoe Crab Conversations, how you can learn all about Delaware's coast's iconic creature. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
It is exactly 6:12 on this Friday morning. Beautiful sunrise on the FH Fur Cam in Cambridge. You've got some showers in the vicinity, especially off to your west and southwest. Visibility seems to be improving right now. 6 miles in Georgetown and Ocean City in fog and haze. Just be careful out there. Some of that fog could be thicker than that. As we're seeing clouds spreading into Sussex County, and there's some of those showers just south of Cambridge, down in Nanticoke and Crisfield and Chincoteague as well, and just off the coast of Chincoteague and Cape Charles. So we'll be seeing more of these showers trying to lift to the north as we go through the morning hours, but a lot of them will be drying out as well. Out the door, temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, so watch for the fog this morning and some of those showers, especially across the Eastern Shore and south of Delaware. That's why I gave it the yellow light. And for the PM commute, I gave it the green light for warm and muggy and dry conditions at that time.
This just in, a new bill introduced from the Delaware General Assembly aims to bring more transparency to traffic stops. House Bill 196 is all about tracking why drivers are being pulled over. Officers would be required to enter the primary reason for each traffic stop into the state's database system, and they must do this at the time of the stop. That bill has been assigned to the House Public Safety and Homeland Security Committee.
Also in Delaware, commercial pollution violations could soon cost more. This week, House Democrats introduced the Pollution Accountability Act. It would update the fine structure for businesses found polluting by increasing penalties for violations such as air pollution and hazardous waste. Sponsors of the bill say specifically an oil pollution violation could lead to $40,000 per day fine compared to the current $10,000 limit.
Another scam to watch out for, this time from the Maryland Transit Authority. The agency says fake text messages are going around claiming the recipient has toll debt. Officials are reminding people that they will never send a text message about this, and they say these are scams that seek to gain your personal information, so make sure you report them.
Special event today offers a close-up look at one of the Delaware Bay's most unique natural wonders, the horseshoe crab. An hour-long program called Horseshoe Crabs in the Delaware Bay starts at 11 a.m. at the DuPont Nature Center in Milford. It highlights the crab's role in spawning season, its role in the ecosystem, and how people can help protect them.
Tesla stocks tanked in trading Thursday. Shares from the EV giant dropped about 15% by mid-afternoon, wiping away about $150 billion from its market value. Analysts are tying the drop to the imploding relationship between Tesla's CEO Elon Musk and President Trump.
Walmart is working to make the promise of drone delivery a reality for more customers. The retailer announced it's expanding the option to 100 new stores over the next several months. Right now, the store charges $20 for drone deliveries. It's free for Walmart Plus customers, but the company says that's for a limited time.
A live look into Laurel showing pretty decent visibility. Clouds are increasing across Sussex County. Some showers to the south, trying to work to the north. Otherwise, a warm and muggy Friday. Increasing showers and storms for the weekend, but not a washout. But have a plan B just in case. Your full forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
6:17 on this Friday morning, and you're looking live at the Roosevelt Inlet in Lewis. You're also looking live at a great-looking sunrise there.
Absolutely.
Great-looking sunrise, Bob. Also, could be a good day to be out on a boat. That's a popular area that we're seeing on our screen.
Absolutely, and I think some of those colors with that sunrise, Matt, courtesy of some of that smoke, that wildfire smoke that's still hanging around, and really not a bad boating day at all. Once we get rid of some morning showers, it will be a muggy day. Less smoke, not totally gone yet, but warm and muggy with 70s and 80s. And then into the weekend, hit and miss showers and storms, a bit cooler with 70s and low 80s. Visibility looks like it's improving a little bit. 6 miles in fog in Georgetown and Ocean City, 10 in Salisbury, but some locations could be lower than that. And once again, we're seeing pretty sunrises and sunsets due to some of that smoke, which is still aloft right now, especially across Delaware around Salisbury and Ocean View. You can see on the legend here, we're seeing medium amounts of that smoke. But good news is, as we go into this afternoon, we'll see lesser amounts of smoke, and that trend will continue through the overnight. In fact, as we move into Saturday, it looks like all the smoke is pretty much gone as we clear out the atmosphere finally from all that smoke. We're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 60s right now. It's very muggy out there. 66 Millsboro and Dagsboro, 69 Bethany Beach and Rehoboth right now. Winds are calm for the most part, and that'll be the case much of the day with light winds. We are seeing clouds increasing now across Sussex County. There are some showers back through the eastern shore near Cambridge, Nanticoke, Crisfield, seeing some showers, and Chincoteague as well. This is good in a way because showers tend to lift the fog, so that'll be the case as we go through the morning hours, as we're seeing some more showers off the southern coast of Delmarva and heavier rain off the coast of eastern North Carolina with low pressure and a warm front. This low will be moving to our south while we have high pressure to the west, so I think that will eventually push these showers out to sea as we go through the morning hours with a muggy and warm Friday afternoon. Here's Futurecast this morning at 7. We've got muggy conditions with some of that fog, which will be lifting by mid-morning. Otherwise, we're looking at the noon hour on Futurecast with mid to upper 70s inland, 60s and 70s at the beaches. Not a bad beach day. Most beach locations in the 70s, upper 70s, low 80s into Del Mar and Georgetown with afternoon sunshine. If you're headed out for your Friday evening, I think it's looking warm and muggy. And then through the overnight, I think that fog could be building in once again. Could be a little dense as we go into Saturday morning and kind of cloudy as well with temperatures in the 60s. It's another warm and muggy day on Saturday, but we'll have to watch for the chance of afternoon showers and storms. This model is not too excited about that, but I think we could see a bigger coverage of those showers and storms as we go into the afternoon and evening hours. In any case, it's going to be warm and muggy as we go through the day. We get a break Sunday morning, then I think we could see another shot of showers on your Sunday. So definitely an unsettled weekend with some of that rain through Sunday. Then again, as we go into early next week, there is a low or marginal chance of seeing severe weather as we go into Saturday afternoon. So keep that in mind. Have the CoastTV weather app handy. The threat would be for damaging winds, and we're looking at probably about a quarter to half an inch of rain between now and early next week. So not a lot of rain, but you get under one of those heavier storms, definitely more heavier rain. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 81 today and then 82 on Saturday. Hit and miss storms. Cooler 77 Sunday with showers, and then lower 80s to start early next week. Looks like more rain, showers and storms Tuesday, and then warming up after that. 83 Wednesday, sunshine on Thursday, and up to 86 degrees.
Thank you, Bob. There's a push to promote healthier living. It's brought neighbors, health leaders, and advocates together in Dover this week. The Delaware Division of Public Health hosted its 3rd annual Advancing Healthy Lifestyles Conference. The event connected people with health organization and resources. Officials say 37% of Delaware adults are living with obesity, a number they hoped to bring down through education and community outreach.
We are here to collaborate and energize and discuss and have conversations to help move the needle to improve the health of Delawareans throughout the state.
Event organizers say there were around 300 participants at the Wellness Conference in Dover.
Up next on CoastTV News Today, End of an Era, we'll tell you why officials say it's time to take this Camden playground out of commission. Don't go anywhere. A beloved park in Kent County that's been a part of the community for decades is nearing its final chapter. Piccadilly Castle, the playground tucked inside the Brecknock Park in Camden, holds special memories for generations of families with its slides, swings, and castle-like design. Kent County Parks and Rec announced this week that due to its aging infrastructure, it plans to replace the park. And many neighbors say it's hard to say goodbye to a place that has meant so much for decades.
My kids were little then. And, you know, we loved coming here. I guess it was fairly new then. I don't even remember, but it was always a nice park to come to. And now they're grown and they have their own children and they're still coming here. So we love this park.
Kent County Parks and Rec officials say at this time, plans are in the early stages. And we've had some warm weather, which is exciting, but we have another rainy weekend possibly.
Possibly.
Mother Nature and Bob, I don't know what's that about.
I know. I try to deliver great news for the weekend, and it's not going to be a washout, okay? Just make sure you have a plan B. We are looking at some showers this morning now in Assateague and Chincoteague, but improving conditions through the day with 60s and low 70s. Still pack the sunscreen for a high UV index. Rip current threat is low, but still swim with a buddy. Fenwick Island and Ocean City looking at clouds with afternoon sun and temperatures in the low 70s. On the Bayside the next 3 days, 81 in Cambridge today and unsettled into the weekend with showers and storms. Cooler Sunday, similar conditions Crisfield. You're looking at some rain this morning, and then I think it's unsettled into the weekend. But once again, not a washout. Much more on this summer-like forecast coming up in the next half hour.
Thank you, Bob. And whether you're cleaning up the coast, craving strawberries, or catching live music, this weekend will definitely be fun.
And Christina DeRobertis has your cool things to do.
Let's start in Lewis, where the 3rd annual Strawberry Festival is happening at the Lewis Fire Department on Janus Road. You'll find strawberry desserts, ice cream, and more than 70 local vendors. If you're up for giving back, Cape Henlopen State Park is hosting a cleanup for National Trails Day. Just show up Saturday morning at the Officers Club and help keep our coast beautiful. Bethany Beach is bringing the handmade vibes this weekend. Their Seaside Craft Show runs all day Saturday with a wide selection of vendors. And in Ocean City, Sundays in the Park is back. You can head to Northside Park Sunday night for live music, fireworks, and of course, ice cream. Head to coasttv.com and click on Cool Things to Do for more details.
Now on Coast TV News.
Funding fight fails. The potential fallout after a second referendum in the Indian River School District goes down at the polls.
Partnership shattered, the back and forth following the split between President Trump and one of his strongest allies during the 2024 campaign, Elon Musk.
Independent election influence, the new bill that could make Delaware an open primary state.
This is Coast TV News Today.
June 6, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
And the time is 6:30, first Friday of June,
Exciting.
First full weekend of this month.
Exciting. And I think school is wrapping up really soon. Maybe a week and a half left.
There's not. I checked for several districts.
Yeah.
There's actually graduation tomorrow for Sussex Central High
Exciting.
School, and then Cape Henlopen wraps up next week.
Yeah,
A number of the districts do. I think some are already done.
It's summertime. We're just going to conclude with that. It's technically not calendar summer, but basically, Bob, when school gets out,
he's
got his meteorological summertime.
Yes.
It's summer.
It is. We're several days into that, and good morning, Elisa and Matt. And yeah, no, the pressure's on. We've got graduation this weekend, so many events, and it might rain. So just plan accordingly. Looks like the visibility is improving now, 6 to 10 miles across the area, as we are seeing clouds increasing across Sussex County. Even some showers a little bit farther to the south, some showers trying to get into Salisbury, Nanticoke, Crisfield, and Chincoteague. These aren't heavy, but they're spreading to the north as we're seeing a little system off the coast of Cape Charles, another stronger system off the Outer Banks. All this will gradually move out to sea as we go through the day with a warm and muggy day, and it's already mild temperatures into the mid to upper 60s. And as we go through the morning, some of those showers could creep into Sussex County, but a lot of them stay to the south. Here's Futurecast this morning. We'll see the clouds breaking up to sunshine, I think, into the afternoon near 80 in Millsboro, 82 in Salisbury. Not a bad beach day with 60s and 70s there. And headed out for your Friday evening, we're looking at temperatures not too bad, pretty much feeling like summer. Bus stop forecast, still some low visibility, maybe some rain as you are around the bus stops this morning, so really be extra cautious there. 67 off to school for the kiddos. It's going to be muggy with a stray shower, and then heading home warm and muggy and a temperature of 80 degrees.
All right, thank you, Bob. And we're continuing to monitor the fog. Again, most of it is being seen on the back roads, but here's a look at Coastal Highway in Ocean City. Looks a little foggy and hazy there. Not the clearest of skies on this Friday morning, so be careful as you drive to your destinations today. And our top story this half hour, unofficial results are in for the Indian River referendum. According to those vote totals, the school district referendum has been defeated for a second time. Officials say there were 5,700 votes in favor, but more than 6,500 votes against.
And now that the referendum is denied again, the school district may have to
take some tough decisions here. They say there's a potential impact to student services due to a lack of staff, academic programs, extracurricular activities, sports. They are all at risk of cuts, and it will limit the ability to offer a competitive salary package during what the school district claims is a national teacher shortage.
The district superintendent, Dr. Jay Owen, said in a statement, IRSD's administration and Board of Education face some difficult decisions in the coming months, end quote.
Now taking a live look at Dover, a lot more fog there in Kent County. New bill being introduced in the General Assembly that could impact the state's primaries. This bipartisan bill was introduced yesterday in the General Assembly that would make Delaware an open primary state, meaning a person can vote in a Democratic or Republican primary regardless of party affiliation. According to the sponsors of House Bill 188, there are 170,000 registered voters in the state who are not with a specific party. Currently in Delaware, only those affiliated with a party can vote in that party's election. If approved, Delaware would become the 20th state with open primaries.
If you're heading to Rehoboth Beach, be aware of a road closure set to go into effect soon. DelDOT says Holland Glade Road between Sandalwood Drive and Hebron Road will be closed from Monday, June 16th through July 16th. That location is right here on your screen. This is so crews can install a new curb, sidewalk, and pedestrian connections. DelDOT says that closure will be in place between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
One of the most high-profile alliances in the U.S. experiencing some cracks, some big cracks. President Donald Trump and Elon Musk are now engaged in a social media conflict.
So what happens when the President of the United States squares off against the world's richest man? Amy Kiley shows us why some analysts say they both lose.
Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if it went well anymore.
Observers say a feud between President Donald Trump and Elon Musk could have consequences for them both. Musk says he doesn't like what Trump calls his big, beautiful bill. Nonpartisan analysis shows it could add $2.4 trillion to the deficit over the next decade. Musk argues that would defeat all the cost savings achieved by Doge.
This is really interesting to see if it will sort of get others to sort of push back at Trump, because if this guy does it, maybe we can do it.
Some fiscal hawks sound fine with the bill dying or changing in the Senate.
I think the patient is on life support.
It's easy to be the parent that says, we're going to go to Disney World. It's hard to be the parent that says, yeah, but we can't afford it.
A repost from Musk about making peace follows his poll about making a new political party.
This is someone who has some means and methods to do something about it.
The feud is hurting Musk, too. The Bloomberg Billionaires Index says his net wealth took a $34 billion hit yesterday, and Tesla's stock fell about 14%. And Trump has the ability to threaten Musk's government contracts.
Trump, of course, can attack him all manner of ways, through the Justice Department, through investigations, impugning him.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Happening today, the man accused of an anti-Semitic attack in Boulder, Colorado is due in federal court. It comes a day after 45-year-old Mohammed Solomon appeared in Colorado State Court. There he was charged with 28 counts of attempted murder. Those come from an incident where he is accused of using a makeshift flamethrower and Molotov cocktails to set people on fire. They were attending an event in support of Israeli hostages in Gaza.
Today, we return here to the site where this occurred to show, and by deeds and words, that terrorism does not win. We are united as Coloradans, of all faiths, of all backgrounds, to make it clear that anti-Semitism, that violence and hate have no home in Colorado, not today and not ever.
In federal court, he'll face a hate crime charge that carries a lifetime prison sentence if he is convicted. He could also get 48 years behind bars at the state level for each of the 15 people that he injured in that attack.
We have a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, solemn anniversary of a pivotal moment in U.S. history. We'll tell you how one organization on Delaware plans to honor that.
Also, winning time with shades of Reggie Miller. The Pacers complete a miraculous comeback in Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
And stand clear of sandbar, why officials are warning boats of a new development in Fenwick waters. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
6:39 on this Friday morning. Seeing clouds increasing on the tunnel and razor cam right now. Beautiful sunrise in progress. Visibility is improving southern Sussex County into Maryland, but still some thick fog farther to the north in the Dover area. Here are those clouds increasing across southern Delaware. And we've got showers from Nanticoke, Deal Island to George Island Landing into Chincoteague as well, as these showers are working to the north, even heavier showers offshore from Chincoteague. So we'll be watching these drifting to the north this morning, but a lot of them drying up as they do. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Here's your mowing forecast, and today I have it in the fair category. Also fair Saturday. There will be hit and miss showers and storms. Poor on Sunday with more in the way of rain, but improving conditions for Monday. Congratulations to Marion Bate from Laurel on winning a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Powerful storms in parts of Texas caused flooding and triggered tornado warning sirens. The city of Lubbock escaped without a direct strike from a tornado in Thursday night storms, but the area was hit hard by flash flooding that washed out streets and stranded some drivers. The storm produced multiple tornadoes, and meteorologists at the National Weather Service described those tornadoes as considerable in size.
You're looking at a sandbar in the Little Assawoman Bay, and Fenwick Island police are warning boaters to be mindful of this area around low tide. Sand is built up to where there's only about 2 inches of water. Police want to make people aware of this sandbar. It's near Lighthouse Cove, just north of the ditch and east of the main channel.
A possible new change to Delaware's vehicle inspection rules could give drivers a break. A bill is being introduced in the General Assembly that would amend Title 21 of Delaware Code. House Bill 194 states the Department of Transportation can no longer deny registration or renewal just because a vehicle's computer system flags a non-emissions issue. That bill is now assigned to the Transportation Committee.
A local doctor is stepping into a big leadership role representing family physicians across Delaware. Dr. Joyce Robert, a BB healthcare physician and founding director of its family medicine residency, is now president of the Delaware Academy of Family Physicians. She served as a member of board of the organization's leadership team and says she's honored to represent Delaware doctors.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Now let's show you some more Summer League basketball highlights from last night in Snow Hill. Cross-state action at the Worcester County Rec Center. This is Laurel Dogs against Aaron's. We're going to start things off with Ashton Lucas of Laurel running the break and getting the lay-in to go off glass. Jaden Mason, he's going to return the favor. Check this out. The and one past the contact. Great work into the bucket. And back on Laurel's side, Lucas finding himself open on the baseline, rattling in the floater. But Aaron's continuing to dominate on the fast break. LaMarcus Douglas stuffing in two. And then to end the half, Elijah Milborn getting the triple to go from the wing. That's going to make this a 29-24 game. Back from the break now. Michael Ames showing off the range from distance. He hits that one from way downtown. Laurel will continue to battle down low. Khalid Burton with the right hand. He gets the 2-point bucket to drop. Dogs down 8. Lucas puts one up. And that's going to go down from 3, but it wouldn't be enough, however, as Aaron's holds their 5-point lead. They win this one 61-56. And in Fredericksburg last night, the Fred Nats rallied to beat the Shorebirds 5-4. Delmarva took a 4-2 lead in the 5th, but the Fred Nats responded with 3 in the 6th to win it. Delmarva tries to even up the 6-game set tonight at 7:05. For those wondering, our next Shorebirds broadcast from Purdue is Tuesday, June 24th. That's it for sports.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 8:30, we have soccer when Indian River takes on Laurel, and then catch the final score at 10:30. And on the DSN Plus app, we have 7:30, Lard Farms and East Coast Titans in travel baseball. Check out this from last night. The Pacers' Tyrese Halliburton hits the game-winning shot in the final second of the NBA Finals Game 1. Caps an incredible comeback. The Pacers had trailed Oklahoma City the entire game. This is the only time they had the lead. Game 2 is Sunday.
If you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday. And here's what you can expect this afternoon on Coast Life at 4 p.m.
I know we're getting closer and closer to the weekend. One more day to go, and you want to spend it here on Coast Life with us. Let's see what's coming up today at 4 o'clock. Of course, we've got our pet of the week for you, 2 adorable kittens that are ready to find their forever home. Speaking of animals as well, we've also got the really important role that service dogs have when it comes to veterans and saving their lives. It's going to be a great conversation, one that you don't want to miss. All that and more is happening today at 4 on Coast Life. See you there.
We're seeing clouds increasing right now in Laurel. Looks like the visibility is better. Some showers to the south creeping northward, so we could see some of those this morning. Otherwise, warm and muggy with increasing showers and storms into the weekend. Not a washout, but have a plan B. Your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
The time is now 6:47 and we are taking a live look outside at Dover this morning. And Bob, we're seeing a little bit of haze in the sky, maybe from some of those wildfires. We do see that sun coming up, which is a good sign. Enjoy the sun today because this weekend, maybe
it's going
not
bye-bye
as
a
much
little
sun.
bit, Elisa.
It's not what we want to hear, Bob.
I know, but it won't be a washout this weekend, but definitely increasing rain and storm chances. It's in the storyline as we're looking at humid conditions today. A few light showers this morning, warm and muggy and decreasing smoke. And that's definitely good news heading into the weekend as we'll see the smoke replaced by showers and storms. And a bit cooler too with highs into the 70s. Visibility is improving from Georgetown to Ocean City and Salisbury, but farther to the north we saw earlier around Dover and Milford, still pretty foggy up there. So just be careful of the lower visibility. And here is the smoke. Still have it aloft. You see these yellow colors indicating moderate amounts of smoke in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Not a health problem at the surface, and improving conditions as we go into this evening. We see the yellow colors going away and the blue colors, the low amounts of smoke as we go into Saturday. Then it's essentially gone by Saturday evening. Out the door, it's mild and muggy. It's that area you can wear. 66 Georgetown and Millsboro, Bethany Beach 69 and 69 in Lewis as the winds are calm. A very still morning, but clouds are increasing from the south. Even a few sprinkles or light showers now from Willards to Salisbury near Snow Hill, Bishop's Head, Nanticoke, back through Deal Island. Also some scattered showers, and those extend into the Chincoteague area as well. And they're drifting to the north, so possibly getting into Sussex County with some heavier showers offshore. A little spin here, a little disturbance off the Delmarva. A bigger storm system across eastern North Carolina. That's going to miss us to the south. And high pressure will move these showers out as we go through the morning hours, giving us a mild and muggy day. So futurecast this morning, a few hit and miss showers, especially farther south near Salisbury, Ocean City, and points south. Otherwise, it's going to be a mild and muggy morning, and then into the afternoon, some sunshine and 70s and low 80s. So not especially hot because of the cloud cover, and 60s and 70s at the beaches for your Friday evening, muggy and mild. And through the overnight, I think we're going to see more fog building in once again. That could be a problem heading into Saturday morning. Otherwise, we'll see morning clouds and some afternoon sun and warm temperatures into the 70s and 80s. And with a front nearby, that will trigger some showers and storms, maybe more than what we're seeing on this model by the mid-afternoon hours. So just keep that in mind. Have the CoastTV weather app in case we get some warnings. Otherwise, we're looking at conditions drying out as we go into Saturday morning. I think we're dry Sunday morning and then increasing showers as we go through your Sunday. So an unsettled weekend on the way for sure. A low or marginal chance of severe weather tomorrow afternoon and evening. The main threat would be damaging winds as we're looking at rain over the next few days. Not a lot, maybe about a quarter to half an inch. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 81 today, mostly cloudy, and then hit and miss showers and storms Saturday, 82. Even cooler Sunday, 77 with more widespread showers, but then back into the low 80s early next week. More showers and storms Tuesday, and then much warmer by Thursday with sunshine and 86 degrees.
Thank you, Bob. 81 years ago, the Allies you see here began the effort to push back Nazi German forces from France. June 6, 1944, forever known as D-Day. Today, the remembrance of D-Day, Fort Miles is hosting a ceremony. Inside its museum, you can also see an exhibit about a tragic World War II event that took place 2 years prior off of our coast. The typical sounds of the June 24, 1942 summer night along the Delaware coast, suddenly and violently disturbed.
There were 14 civilian tugboat lives lost on that day, and they were treated. Some of the survivors were treated at BB Hospital here.
The SS John R. Williams, a steam tug, struck a mine laid earlier in the month by the German submarine U-373.
They laid them all in one night. So it tried to avoid any detection by the systems here at Fort Miles. There were magnetic loops as well as hydrophones here that were designed to detect the U-boats. It stayed well south of that, and then by operating at night, none of the fire control towers here at Fort Miles was able to see the U-boat because it only came to periscope depth at most in order to navigate.
Up and down the Delaware coast, these towers were installed to keep a lookout for German submarine activity. The presence of U-373 was in fact known.
It was detected by the Navy, but we didn't realize where the mines were laid and everything. So there was really an element of surprise and, of course, an element of sadness with the loss of civilian lives.
The events of that tense time are part of an exhibit at Fort Miles. 2 years before D-Day, it's now 83 years later, educating people on how the war was not limited to an area half a world away.
And today's D-Day ceremony begins at 10 a.m. with bagpiper Lanny Spar, you see him there, and the VFW Mason-Dixon Post 7234 Honor Guard. Now, part of the event includes the reading of the names of the 40 Delaware service members who died during the Battle of Normandy campaign. It concludes with a rifle salute. After the ceremony, the Fort Miles Museum will stay open until 4 p.m.
And the time is now 6:53, so we're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day this hour comes to us from the Brandywine Valley SPCA. I just love that picture.
Look at her face.
Look at that. It's Mama. That's the name of that dog. Mama has a playful, energetic spirit and enjoys outdoor activities. She loves treats, loves to cuddle.
She looks so sweet.
If you want to adopt Mama, Elisa, or Cosmic, that's the cat we had in our last hour, or the other lovable pets, you can just head over to the Brandywine Valley SPCA.
Lots of lovable pets this morning. Well, we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
Yep, if you see that QR code there, right there front and center, scan it. You can get your pets to us if you do that, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It is 6:56, and we are going to take another look at your Friday forecast.
Bob, let's have ourselves a weekend.
Okay, it won't be a dry one, but yeah, some showers for sure. And we are seeing some of those showers now building in from Maryland, Salisbury back through Willards, seeing a few spotty showers, Princess Anne, Nanticoke, not especially heavy, but just have the umbrella anyway. And those extend down to Chincoteague. You can see this little spin here. Some of these showers continue to move to the north, and some of those could get into Sussex County as we go through this morning. Otherwise, the rest of the day, clouds and sun, muggy and mild, with temperatures in the low 80s, around 81 the high today. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, showers and storms Saturday. Hate to rain on your weekend, but that looks like the case. 82 tomorrow. Rain cooler on Sunday, 77, then lower 80s into early next week. Looks like another storm chance Tuesday. Very warm to hot by the end of next week, 88, and then, oh no, another chance of showers next weekend. I don't like the way this pattern is setting up for the weekend, guys.
Yeah, neither do we, Bob. Well, thank you so much for joining us here for Coast TV News today.
The Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
And then we'll be back for Coast TV midday at 11.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Friday morning, everybody.